the concept, which is a kid goes on the show from a very poor background and wins, and he's able to answer the questions because of things that have happened to him in his life, is from the book. But Simon Beaufoy, who adapted it, kind of changed the spine. The spine of the book is the show, and you keep coming back to the show. And he changed that in the film, because although it's apparently, it looks superficially like the structure, the real spine of the film is the love story. That's what because he's not really interested in the show.
You're absolutely right!
You know, he's got this other agenda which he keeps looking in the camera, keeps looking for her in the camera in a way. And I like that about it very much, that change that had been made. And basically, what it allowed us to do, when you've got a spine like that, it allows you to go anywhere really, and we were able to include as much of the city as we could within the kind of little scenarios of the stories. You could try and get as much of the flavour of the city in, because it is an extraordinary city. It's called the Maximum City, and it defies belief in terms of its, you know, just what the extremes that are going on there the whole time, and how everything is side by side, and the ferocity and the momentum there is in the city, the sense of energy in the city, is a gift for a filmmaker.
Professors, doctors, lawyers never get beyond 16,000 rupees. He's worth 10 million.
Beyond anything you would believe.
What a player! Get them!
Remember, if you answer wrong, you lose everything.
Normally what I do is I have a kind of series of images that I kind of like. I have a big book of images that I want to show everyone, and I did that on this film, but because it's a way of me getting to think visually about the film to begin with, rather than the normal tool that's used for films is language. We talk about it. We have a script with words. We talk about those words, how we're going to do it. And I always wanted to work through pictures, really. So I tried to do it through. But in this case, although I did that, I realised that when you were in the city dictates everything. You don't dictate. You try and absorb as much of it as possible. And the city dictates the tone, the visual references. The only thing I deliberately insisted on is that we didn't stop and stare at anything, because I felt that was a deadly danger with the city, is that it's so seductive, the colours, the miasma of detail. There's a danger that a Westerner just goes, oh, look at that. And cinematographers especially just go, oh, we've got to just let me frame that. It's just like, and I thought, if you grew up there, there's no way you'd see your city like that. You know what it's like. You just, you shut your eyes to it, and somebody comes to visit you from another city and says, "Look at that," and you go, "Oh right, oh yeah, right." And so I thought the only way is to accumulate the city through this non-stop energy and motion, really. And you'll pick it up. There's so much of it. It's in every single frame. It's always going to be there because it's so extraordinary. But you'll accumulate a sense of it by the end. So I'll let the city dictate everything, really, or as much as possible.